Time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day. He was also the editor of CoinDesk's State of Crypto newsletter. Good morning, Nick. So I hear that we might get a vote in the House for the infrastructure bill this week. Can you talk a bit about what we might expect to see?
Good morning. Yes, various House lawmakers have said that they will vote on both the bipartisan infrastructure bill that we talked about all through August, as well as the primarily Democrat-led Build Back Better Act, which has been linked to the passage of the infrastructure bill by lawmakers in the House. Originally, this vote was scheduled for tomorrow. It looks like that's no longer happening, but the leadership in the House is saying that they do expect this to happen sometime this week. So that'll be something to keep an eye on.
Do they have the votes?
It's a good question. I think, the other side of that, of course, is figuring out the Senate side and figuring out if the Senate is ready to pass the Build Back Better Act, which House progressives have said is a kind of, condition for their voting for the bipartisan bill. But yeah, that's kind of like the big thing we're waiting for.
And Nick, what does this mean for the crypto industry?
Well, both bills have crypto provisions, but the infrastructure bill is the one that has the controversial, tax provision that broadens the definition of a broker. So, for a while there, it looked like this bill was going to pass for sure. It was a juggernaut. There was no stopping it. Then the Senate began negotiating the, social spending bill, and it didn't, it kind of slowed things down. So I think, what the industry is really going to be looking for is whether or not this bill does pass, and if it does, we're not expecting amendments. So probably the next steps are, is there further legislation that might address the brokerage definition? Is there, I imagine there might be a lawsuit indeed from, some of the industry participants. So just figuring out where to go from there is going to be, I think, what happens after the bill gets passed.